So this winter I'm going to start a series where I talk through some of my favourite and biggest and highest scoring comp rides that I've done over the last few years. And I'm going to start with this squirt boat ride, which was my first time breaking 2,000 points. It's a new PB for me. And I came to this selection with one goal. You know, I didn't have much pressure, like I knew that as long as I did what I could do, I'd safely be on team. So my one goal was to break 2,000 points, and I'm really proud to have done that. And I think it's put me in a great position going into the next World Championships, and I got to test out some new strategies. So yeah, it's a ride I'm really happy with. You know, I've had minimal time in a squirt boat this year, but to be able to kind of still keep progressing, even without being in the boat, is, I think, a really good thing to practice. And you don't always have to be in your kayak to be getting better. You just need to be really tactical and mindful about what you're doing. So here is my highest ever squirt boat ride from the 2024 GB team selection event, and scored by ICF judges, and this scored 2,000 points on the dot. Okay, so to start out, I'm going with a right super clean heli split wheel, straight into a clean heli tricky woo to the left. And now straight into a woo tricky. And then another super clean heli split wheel into a clean heli tricky woo the other way. Now this was actually the hardest technical block I've ever competed in a squirt boat. You know, to be able to do both super clean heli split wheels and both clean heli tricky woos is quite hard. Not many people can do that, so I'm proud to have done that so in such a tidy manner. And now I've sprinted up the eddy as fast as possible and got my head under for 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 seconds, and then done a mystery exit move straight into screwing around. So I always do my screwing around. I always aim for 6 ends so that I can get a bow screw and a stern screw as well. And then the camera cuts out here, but I continue screwing around the other direction. You know, when I'm upside down, I can't necessarily hear the whistle or the buzzer, so I don't know when my time exactly has come. So I just keep doing tricks to make sure I can get as many as possible. And looking at some of the different strategies in this ride, you can see that at the start I spent a lot of time trying to find a nice flat area to begin my ride. Like, that's really important. In this eddy that we've competed in a lot, it's actually not that easy. It's quite shallow in a lot of the eddy, so there's a really small area that you can use for your vertical tricks. And then the mystery spot is actually quite inconsistent. So I sprint up the eddy as fast as I can, but it's obviously not that fast because my boat is quite far underwater. And then I work really hard to make sure my head goes under, because if you're trying to score a big ride in a squirt boat, your head has to go under. It doubles your technical score, and it's really valuable. And without that, you're not going to stand a chance of really progressing through the rounds in an international event, I don't think. So if you are trying to go big with your squirt boating, you know, make sure that you learn the hard tricks. There's loads of videos online of what the tricks look like, and you want to be aiming for the big high scoring tricks and then making sure that you get your head under, and that's kind of where the money is in this sport. And depending on the spot, you know, some locations you're going to do really long mysteries underwater, and some you're going to do more technical tricks. So yeah, this was my highest squirt boat ride so far. I'm hoping to build on that and, you know, see how high I can push it at the World Championships next year. But if you enjoy this sort of video, let me know, and hopefully I can make some more of these in the future.